her on the stage. Welcome, Susan. You need to, yep.
Unmuted? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. First of all, Haley, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so honored to be here among these just awesome speakers these last couple of days that from Susan. Oh, there's lots of Susans, right? So we'll say that. So Susan yesterday speaking and Charlene this morning. I haven't heard all the speakers. Beth, you know, I love her on her podcasts. And so I'm just really honored and blessed to be a part of this and be able to be here and speak to you today. So a little bit about me. I'm Susan Erickson. I am a mindset abundance coach. So this is what I'm all about. I love it. I love all the speaking today. Mayor Angela and her DISC, as she said, we're both DISC practitioners. And so I'm certified in DISC. I'm certified in mindfulness. I'm a certified life coach. I spent a lot of years prior to being a life coach in leadership positions in healthcare. So I have a real heart as well for the mental health aspect of that. And so when I'm talking about mindfulness and abundance and our mindset, that's certainly not a piece of depression and diagnosed depression and what we do with that and how we treat that very differently. But I'm here today to talk to you about mindset and how we might live a most abundant life. So first, I know we've been here a long time today and we probably have a lot of things going on. So the first thing I'm going to do is just invite you to take a couple of deep breaths and center yourself right here where we're at today. And just take 3 deep breaths in and out. The second one. And 3. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. We're centered back here. Hopefully you're able to release anything else that might be going on in your world. And just relax and enjoy our last few minutes here today together. So I'm going to share my screen with you in just a moment, but when I talk about abundance, I want first to just clarify that oftentimes we jump straight to money when we talk in finances, which is absolutely a part of that. But it's way more than that. Abundance is in all areas of our life, right? So it's abundance in our relationships, it's abundance in our health, it's abundance in our spirituality, and abundance in our finances. It encompasses everything. And when one of those is not working well, one area, it's going to impact the other areas as well. So my goal always is, how can we live the most abundant lives that we can? And I work mainly with women, although I say a few brave men. And I think really awakening this morning with Charlene was, I really work with the feminine energy and how that plays out in our life and how we relate to that. So I'm going to share my screen here just for a second so I can show you, because I'm a visual person. I don't know who else, if anybody else is visual, but so this is something, I think all areas of my life, I've always I've been called to each area that I've been in. And I felt really called to being a life coach. And I felt really called to mindset and abundance. And I think abundance comes from living authentically, living aligned with our purpose. And then, can you all see that first of all? Okay, good. I'm seeing some head shake. And then this piece here is just acknowledging and standing in our power. And I think often as women, that's one piece that we neglect, that we don't acknowledge and stand in our power. That is a piece that we keep quiet. We don't think, as Mary Moss might say, that it's important, that our story is not important, but all of those things, when they help us, they help others as well. And living authentically is, I know everyone here is truly living authentically. Where did that go? I'm not sure what happened there. We'll stop sharing. So living authentically is really living our true values, right? Okay, I'm frozen. Can you all still hear me though? There we go.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, sorry about that, kind of froze up. So living authentically is really living our true values and what is most important to us. Where's our line in the sand, right? What is it that we couldn't live without, or the piece that we, no matter what, we're always true to. And being true to that in all areas of our life is what living authentically is. And how we can best do that. And I think sometimes we lose ourselves in that, right? We're people pleasers. I'll speak for myself. I'm a recovering people pleaser. Right? I try to very hard to do that in my life in all areas, whether that was in my marriage, in my career, in my family, in my, however that played out. And what I just over time was, what is it that's more important to me? How do I find what still brings me joy in life? What was it for you as a child, maybe, that you found joy in? Was it riding a bike? Was it swinging on a swing? And try to incorporate some of those things back in your life to bring you joy, and that so you can live authentically and then reconnect or connect with your values and live them authentically as well. And then being aligned with our purpose. So what is our purpose? How do we know that, right? How do I know if I'm living my purpose? Well, that can be an elusive question, but it's really not all that hard. It is what we love to do. It is what we know. And if we can get really clear on that, if we can really set for a moment and be really true to that, we will know. And that might sound a little woo-woo, oh, we know, right? But it is true. And that shows up for many of us in different ways. Sometimes that's a physical feeling, and we feel it in different parts of our body, right? We might feel it in our gut, we might feel it in our heart, in our head, but we know what that is. And so being, again, in tune with that and understanding what that is, and then taking action on that, right? Because knowing what it is and doing what it is are really different things. So how do we take action on that? And taking steps towards that. So I love a vision board. Do any of you here have vision boards? Yeah, I love a vision board because I'm a very visual person. And that's one piece of that, right? So if you have a vision board and it sits there and you look at it every day, that's wonderful and that's great. I fully believe in manifestation, but it's not going to manifest anything for you if you don't take any action. So you need to take steps in that direction to make that happen, as well as, and then those things will come into your life. And when they do, recognize them and take action on them. And part of that is acknowledging and standing in our power, right? That we do have the power for our own life, to our own life, to acknowledge that, to recognize that, and to take action towards that, so that whatever that is, we are able to stand up in our power pose and say, yeah, I can do this. So the confidence piece that Liam talked about earlier too. As a coach, I believe that we already have everything we need within us, right? Yes, our surroundings make a difference, and our environment is a piece of that. Some people say, some studies will say up to 30% of our environment. However, how we react to our environment really determines where we're going to go with that, right? Because we all know that some things will happen in our lives that we don't have control over. There are tragedies, there are good things that happen as well, but there are things that happen that we don't have control over, but we always get to control how we will respond to that. And therein is our power. That's where our power lies, how we will respond to that. So that is our how we get to abundance. That is my plan for abundance and how we get there. And I hope that you can take some things from that. I'd like to end us today with another breathing technique. to give us a little energy as we go forth for the rest of the day, because I'm a real believer in experiential learning, that we use all of our senses as much as possible. So I love meditation, but I also believe there's many different kinds of meditation, first of all. And I will say that it's a practice, because the more I meditate, the longer I can meditate. I was in India a little over a year ago before this whole thing started, and we meditated every day. I could get up to an hour of meditating at one time. I can now maybe meditate for 10 minutes, right? Because I don't do that. So it is a practice, and something we really have to work at. But it is also one of those things that brings me the most centered and answers to my questions. Maybe it's not during my meditation, but it provides the space for that to happen. So again, though, breathing is all a piece of that, I believe, and experiential learning, and how using as many of our senses as we can when we do that. And so as a piece of breathing and going forth, I'd like to take us through one more short breathing exercise. The freebie I have for you out there is 10 steps to your best summer yet. And I'll give you a little secret. It can be 10 steps to whatever you want it to be your best whatever. And to have a session with me to walk through that. So you can reach me at SusanEricksonCoaching.com. Everything I have is under Susan Erickson Coaching. It's on Facebook, Alignable, LinkedIn, Instagram. I'm also on Clubhouse. Angela and I are starting a room on Clubhouse as well, to talk about the DISC. And then I have a Monday mindset to start our week off in abundance. I love to start everything in our best possible way. And then one on Wednesday afternoon as well about holistic wealth, holistic being WHO, whole. And again, not just our wealth, not just our finance piece of that, but our whole life piece of that. So please take advantage of that. It's on the link there, and then take advantage of scheduling some time with me that we can go through that and set some priorities for you as well. And I'd love to help you through that. So as we exit for Friday night and a Friday evening, I'm going to invite you again for our quick little breathing exercise to give us a little energy to go forth, whether we're going to happy hour, pouring a glass of wine, having dinner, really, or just taking a little break before our next session. So I'm just going to invite you to this time. It doesn't matter. You can be sitting, you can be standing, whatever works best for you. If you're sitting, I invite you to sit up tall, sit up straight. And when you breathe in, to breathe up, breath up your back, up your head, up your neck, up to the top of your head. Your breath goes up, sit a little bit straighter. And when you breathe out, breathe down the front. Feel that breath go down. Feel the warmth. Again, breathe up, a little bit straighter. Feel the breath go up your back, up your neck, to the top of your head. And you breathe out, down the front, the warmth spreading through your body. And this time, when you get down, when your breath gets all the way down to your belly, I invite you to take your hands and feel that breath expanding. It expands out into your personal space around you. Now, one more time, breathe in, up your back, up your shoulders and your neck and to your head. Breathe down the front, through your whole body, the warmth spreading down through your belly, out through your belly, expanding, connecting with those around you. Even though we're not in the same room, in the same space, we can all feel connected. We are all energy, and we all are connected. And let's just take a moment to appreciate our community. And whenever you're through, and whenever you're ready, I invite you into this space. Okay. Well, thank you all for allowing me to spend some time with you. Go forth in abundance. Have an abundant rest of your evening, weekend. I'll see you all tomorrow morning. Namaste. Ram Ram.
Namaste. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you for such a beautiful ending for today. That couldn't have been any better planned. How serendipitous. Thank you.
Thank you.
Blessings, many abundant blessings. Thank you to everybody. Thank you to Susan for doing this. I am so grateful. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm honored to be a part of the group.
Thank you, everybody. Let's give her a round of applause. I hope y'all all have a great afternoon. Please check out, Susan. Susan, if you have any opt-ins or freebies, please make sure we share those.